Right, let's cross down to Newmarket. Mickey Quinn joins us. Quinny, morning.
Good morning, Al. Morning, Brian. Hey, Al, you're sounding interesting almost there, talking about NFL. Brilliant, yeah. I know you can stick your NFL and you're sitting on it.
Brian's not happy. He loves it.
Brian does, I know, but I'm not a fan.
Quinny, let's start with Newcastle, and then we've got to go on to Rangers because of Mike Ashley. But
yeah.
Newcastle, first of all, John given the job to the end of the season.
Yeah, it wasn't a surprise, was it? To me, the cheaper option, really, for the club. Stumbling their way through the transfer deadline month as well. Called it about 3 weeks ago. To me, I had to give John probably 5 games and see how he got on. There's no improvement in the team since John took over. But the plus factor for John Carver is that he does understand the club, he does know the club, and if he has got anything to offer Newcastle, he's got till the rest of the season to show people.
He's a Geordie as well, which goes down well.
Exactly. So I am, at the time, I wanted to give him 5-6 games to see if there'd be any change. There hasn't been any change. He hasn't won a game yet. But I'm hoping now, with an extended stay till the end of the season, he might just show people what he is made of. The jury's out as far as I'm concerned. Is he good enough for Newcastle? Based on the last 5 games, no.
Do you know him, Quinny? Do you know him? I don't know him. I know all of them, but I don't know him.
Yeah, I've met him a couple of times. Look, as a coach, as an assistant or a number 2, whatever you want to call him, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He's give every manager that he's worked under 100% top support. He gets on well with the players. This is his big opportunity now, and in one way, I'm pleased for him because he is a Geordie and managing this historic, fantastic club. Is going to be an absolute joy for him. I hope he does enjoy it. I hope he shows what he can do. But based on the last 5 games, I can only go on what I've seen. Nothing's changed from when Pardew left to John taking over. He hasn't, like I said, he hasn't won a game yet. But I hope it does turn round. I mean, Charlie, the chief executive, came out with a statement last week, which, Brian, I know you. Your solicitor, but if you'd have read it, I mean, like a 2-year-old wrote it. They want a coach coming in eventually that has only got involvement with the first team in coaching, nothing else, no recruitment, nothing else to do with the club, but just coaching the team. And when I'm thinking, who are they going to get to do that? Well, you've got your man in place now. So, I don't know. It smacked very much a lack of ambition. They also said in there, which was laughable, they wanted a coach that wasn't going to be a friend of anyone who works at the club and was going to behave himself on and off the pitch. Which basically was saying, that's Alan Pardew who's just gone. I don't know, look, I think it's an insult to the fans. There's a few of them, not renewing season tickets for next season at the moment. There's just no ambition. And while Ashley's there, I know you're going to talk about him, but while Ashley's there, I think the club's just rotting away slowly and slowly. The soul of the club's rotting away slowly, because they're only interested in making money.
Well, is he going to do that at Rangers now, Quinny? Because I'm just looking at my screen. David in Belfast. Morning, David. He says, we don't want him. I've met another couple of Rangers supporters say, no, don't want his money. But look, he's put 10 million in again. Loaned by Sports Direct. That's the breaking news today. Or they couldn't honour the cheques on Monday, the players' cheques.
Yeah, well, it is very similar to when he took over at Newcastle. Newcastle, we're in a bit of trouble financially. And, I've got to give him credit, Mike Ashley, for that, getting them out of that. But, going back to Newcastle, he gave them loans worth up to £115 million. So although they're not in debt on the books, they owe, Newcastle owes Mike Ashley £150 million, which he collects his cheque for the interest twice a year. So... Yeah. It's very much the same as that. I mean, he wants to branch out in Scotland, a great historic club like Rangers.
Steady with the great.
To sell his product, Sports Direct, they'll be all over Rangers. I mean, whether Rangers fans will put up with that, I don't know.
Quinny, I honestly feel they have to, and I know it's not nice. Look, I've never met Mike Ashley, and that's the truth. I've never met him. I'm told he's a genius, he's brilliant. And I just don't see... I think Rangers have got to open their arms up to him now and say, thank you for saving our football club, and have a little bit of trust in him. I do, I'm sorry.
Al, do you know what it's like? I mean, I might be an old romantic football-wise, but it's like selling your soul to the devil.
Yeah, but Quinny, what if they can't pay the wages on Monday? There's the semi-final on Sunday against Celtic.
Who's the American fella that offered 20 million? and he knocked him back.
Yeah, but how long would 20 million last?
Well, it's going to last longer than 10 million,
Yeah, but he's put already 20 in, Mick. I think he's already got 10 in there.
Look, well, if he does save the club, I don't want to see people, no jobs at Rangers, no jobs at Newcastle. Business-wise, I've read this book. He is a genius, and he's come from nothing, Mike Ashley. I respect that. Football-wise, absolute hasn't got a clue. When you look at some of the appointments at Newcastle, I put my application in. There was 80 there. I mean, on my letter, I said, well, if you can employ Joe Kinnear twice and Dennis Wise, then I must have a chance of getting the job. Sadly, I haven't had a reply out, but I don't know. Look, all I want for Newcastle, I go on and think I'm moaning there. I had the best 3.5 years playing-wise with them Geordies up there, and I love it. Absolutely love the city and love the club. I only want the best for them because they haven't won a trophy since 1969. There's no ambition at the club. Well, the ambition is just to stay in the Premier League and get the Premier League money. End of.